We meet again, Mr. Bob.
We do. In a very hot room.
It's very hot. I'm glad I'm wearing a t-shirt. So this is the new Kia EV3. We've both made videos for it separately, but sometimes when we're on the same trip, we just like to talk about the car and sort of just have it as if we've just seen it.
Yeah.
Which we have.
Yeah.
So what is it? Fully electric, compact SUV?
Yeah, it's hard to describe, isn't it? Because it is an SUV, and they say it in the blurb that it is an SUV. But it kind of looks about the size of a 5-door hatchback, a tall one.
Competition-wise, Cooper Born, ID3, Volvo EX30.
Yeah, certainly the big one, isn't it?
Something else in there. It feels like quite a similar size car to the Volvo, especially. Range
410 on the smaller battery.
560 on the larger. As at the time of filming, Ireland is trying to make up its mind. Does it want both versions or just the long range? They only did the long range version in the EV6.
Yeah, it's a strange thing. I think Irish people might have a mental block on range. And that's why they're thinking about not bringing the smaller battery.
They also have a mental block when it comes to prices of cars. So because how negotiations work with distributors, they will negotiate with the factory, every model, every time. So it's not like this is the price across the globe, as I'm sure you're aware. So there's negotiation involved, and if they want to have a more affordable version, I suppose they'll go for the standard range car. I did ask the question today, why would you buy this over a Nero? Because similar size.
Similar size, yeah. Slightly taller, maybe.
The answer was they reckon this will appeal to a younger audience.
I think we can say goodbye to Nero, though, right? I got the impression that EV3 is now not replacing Nero, but I don't think Nero's going to be. I don't think we're going to another Nero.
Do you want to just take a little look around the side of it? I mean, and on the younger audience thing, ChatGPT, I just wonder, I'm wrong to compare it to voice activation stuff, but half the time that doesn't work.
Very rarely, especially not with me.
So, will you actually want to have, I mean, you could potentially be having a quiz with your passengers driving on a journey.
I don't really like over-the-air things or downloadable things for a car. You won't really do it to begin with, but if they install something like ChatGPT, it means that it's going to be sending your information somewhere to interpret what you're saying. Same way Siri knows and Google do, they upload your voice so they can understand what you're talking about. Does that mean it's like Alexa, always on, always listening to everything you say?
And where is that information going? Some people will definitely have a concern with it. Other people will say, if you have nothing to hide, it's like, I don't really care.
You want someone looking in your window.
Wheelbase size, similar to the Kia Sportage. In fact, I think they said it's the exact same.
Yeah, exactly.
Difference here is, and I know as a parent of small kids, the door handle, probably my young fella would probably reach that now, but I know for younger kids, it's just something else to do if you're a parent. If you've got to, I mean, you're going to probably help them into the car anyway, but sometimes that comes up. And again, maybe if this car is aimed at younger customers, they mightn't have families yet, so maybe it's not as much of a concern.
Everything's kind of square, isn't it? Everything's squared off.
Yeah, the
soft squares.
Designer spoke about the opposites of some of the angles of the car. So, you know, you've got this square arch, and then you've got these severe lines in the car. So, put a lot of thought into it. I mean, it is kind of like a baby EV9, isn't it?
That's what I thought. When I seen it first, I thought, yeah, baby EV9. But it's like an actual baby version. EV9 is such a big car.
Yeah.
There's one outside. It's such a massive machine. One interesting thing I didn't notice is the hand-cooked tires that are on this actually have EV written on them. They're specially designed for this car. I don't know that for sure, but they're certainly low noise, is written on as well, sound absorption.
Yeah.
And they're for EVs only.
No, yeah, and one of the benefits of an EV-specific tire is, so when it's wet, the resistance you get from the water, which can use more energy to drive the car on. I'm looking at the tread pattern, it doesn't really look any different to a normal tire.
No.
It looks at first glance like there's no wiper.
Yeah.
But there is one. It's under here.
Oh. Oh my God, it is, yeah.
So again, aero qualities, but it looks better.
It looks very tiny. Now I like that. It's a tiny rear end to it, rather than having an arm sticking up here.
Yeah.
Around with.
Boot 480,
Boot
good
is
size.
480 litres, 1260 when you sit down.
Yeah,
So it's a big boot.
which is
And this is removable.
so tire mobility
Hang it
kit
up and turn it on.
is what you will get in the back of the car. It's a nice little bag. Hopefully you don't need to use it with your EV tires.
There is a space for a spare tire. That also comes out.
Yeah.
And underneath when we wear a spare tire with me, there's no spare
Well,
tire.
this car will also be sold in America,
Yeah.
where they don't have EU regulations, where you're trying to get the weight of the car down.
Yeah.
Also, I asked, so the front of the EV9 has different headlights on it for EU regulations because they said the design was not fair on pedestrians if you hit them.
Poor pedestrians.
The headlights will be the same on this car in all markets. So, same.
Okay. All right.
Same front, basically, that you'll get in America. No LiDAR sensors in this car, but it does have a lot of ADAS systems, including if it thinks you've fainted behind the wheel, it will pull over,
Yeah.
put on the hazards, open the door so people can rescue you.
So it's not only always listening to you, it's
always
always watching you as well.
Now, you're taller than me. What do you think of the space inside?
It's okay. Space is good in the back seat. Like,
Have you got knee room? Yeah?
Now the other thing is when I sit up straight, I'm on the roof.
Hitting the roof, because the design of it slopes down,
Yeah.
which is quite
So
pronounced,
I
actually.
disappear here, if you know what I mean.
Right, yeah.
Front there. But it is a nice interior. I do like this interior. There is room for legs there. Yeah, for sure.
And obviously a flat floor, because the platform is
The
dedicated
batteries, the
EV.
designer told me the batteries are shaped so there isn't so much of a, so when you open the door again, there isn't so much of a step in. The batteries are kind of
Okay.
shaped like a V.
Yeah.
So if you think of something like the Ford Mustang, there's a massive, you can actually see where the batteries are. Can't see it on this. With them under the seats, under the floor, anywhere.
I do like Kia do this a lot as well, where this door covers all of that part of the lower part of the door.
Yeah.
So if there's dirt on that, your clothes don't get
It's
wrecked.
tiny, yeah.
I just want to show everyone in case they haven't watched either of our videos, and you should watch either of our videos,
All of
this
is
table.
We do videos on both our channels as well. That's Nobby on cars, I'm Bob Plavin. So when you watch it.
So this is a quirky idea. It slides out, and you can basically put a laptop or a tablet here. When you're charging or you're waiting for somebody, you're able to work. It's just a bit, do you notice it's a little bit,
It's
a lot
a
of
bit wobbly,
movement?
isn't it? Yeah.
Now maybe it's deliberately light, so I'm not sure, but I think it's a good idea.
Benefit of doubt, it's a pre-production car, so
Yeah,
I kind of went, maybe it's not finished, but
different steering wheel to the EV9 a little bit, but all of this is straight out of a much more expensive Kia. So that
still is
12-inch,
physical controls for the temperature.
yeah, that never leaves, but it is behind the screen.
I didn't notice the blue light in there.
So overall, I like, it's a good sized car.
I think it's going to sound like cocktail.
Yeah, I mean, I think for people that thought the EV9 was just, well, I don't need the extra seats and it's very expensive, this will, I'd imagine, be a mid-40s.
Yeah. If you get the pricing right, it'll be like a cash ride. It'll sell very quickly, very fast, fully EV. I think the market is now opening up. We're getting good cars. I haven't driven it, but it feels solid. It feels like
Yeah.
a well-designed, well-proportioned car.
And it has 204 brake horsepower, so very similar to the ID3, which will be cheaper. Atto 3 will be cheaper. Even the entry-level EX30 will probably be cheaper than this.
Yeah, I know. The problem is pricing is always the problem in Ireland. Of course. We always have that problem.
But if you are considering going electric, maybe it's the right size of car. You're not interested in some of the stuff that's already out there. I mean, Kia have definitely proven themselves with electric.
And the all-one SUVs is 25% of the entire world's market is now SUV and the all-one EVs as well.
Also, an interesting stat I saw today, Kia say 30% of global EV sales will come from Europe. So
30%.
Europe is really, driving a lot of electric. America as well,
but
but China. But you know, having only been in Morocco last week, they were looking at it just because it was a modern car. So there are large continents that it's just not on the radar. So you can see why Europe is so important.
Yeah, definitely.
For electrification. So, comment down below what you think.
Yeah, let us know. I'm actually curious. Do you want a small SUV electric, or would you rather have a diesel or a petrol working in
that size car?
What?
And does it need an 80 kilowatt hour battery
It's a massive battery.
for a smaller car?
That's what bothered me was the range was getting. I thought an 81 kilowatt hour battery would get you 700 kilometers. Instead, they're right down in the 520s. And then, in real world terms, that's probably going to be 450. You know, it's not. That's WLTP on a sketch pad. Some designer said, if you do this.
But it is a difference of 20 kilowatt hours, give or take. So the standard range should actually be significantly cheaper, and maybe, hopefully, Kia will bring both versions to Ireland. Who knows?
And the drag coefficient is very low, lowest in the segment, they said.
0.26. 0.26.
Yeah.
And an active air flap over down here that closes when you reach over 80 kilometers an hour. Anyway, thank you very much for watching this video. You have a video up to watch.
Yes, watch all the videos. You got 3 versions of it now. You can watch us talk about this car.
Thanks for watching.